Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com or look for us on Facebook at Voices from the Bench. Greetings and welcome to Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis. We are at episode, no comment, Barb, 69.
How can you take that away from me? You, by saying no comment, you know that I'm going to comment. So welcome. This is Barbara, and we are at episode 69. Also, by the way, the year I was born.
No kidding.
Yep.
That must be why you're celebrating such a landmark year this year in October.
Yeah, and it must be why I just fell out of the womb with a mouthful of gold. No pun intended. All right, let's go.
We are about 5 weeks away from the Race from the Future 6.0. This yearly triathlon has a bunch of technicians, vendors, and other wonderful people in our industry do this crazy triathlon to raise money for the Foundation of Dental Laboratory Technology. This year, we have Team Voices from the Bench, which includes Stuart Steinbach from Carbon. He's going to swim. Sean Nowak from Nowak Dental Supplies is biking. And myself, I will be running. And just because she has the power of all three of us, Barbara Wojan, my lovely co-host, is doing the whole thing by herself. So make sure you head over to this episode's show notes for a link to donate directly. When you donate, you can select who you are sponsoring. You can enter in either Barbara Wojan or Team Voices from the Bench. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because all the money...
It all goes to the same place.
It all goes to the same place. But...
We know.
I highly encourage you to do Team Voices from the Bench.
You know, everybody at work laughs at me at this time of the year because I go into my office and I change into my swimming suit or my running clothes and I leave night dental saying, God, I hate swimming. But you know what? I've been doing it now for almost a month, swimming almost every day. And I think I'm actually starting to I'm a natural runner. So I am a runner. That's who I am. That's who you are.
Yep.
But I actually think I'm liking the soothingness of the swimming and the repetition of it and the way that my muscles look. And so, you know, for those of you that don't know, getting ready for a triathlon, if you want to be competitive, it's a good 3 months. So thank you for your support. Thank you for listening to Elvis and I talk about it, but definitely donate to me. Thank you.
Every dollar counts. So even if you donate $1, it all goes to a great cause. So anything you can do, let's support the education within our industry.
Right on.
And also, till the end of the month, on July 31st, I'm cutting it off. We are selling awesome limited edition shirts in different colors to raise money. So see the link on this episode show notes or head over to voicesfromthebench.com to order one before they are gone for good.
All right. So this episode, we wrap up the conversations that we got while being in Florida at the FDLA symposium, which was back in May. We end it with two very special people, both females, both rockin' females. Not technicians, not vendors, but just amazing women. And that is Paula Fucarino, who's Morris's wife and an amazing mentor to so many of my friends. Every day I wake up at 6 a.m. and Paula's sending me a, hey, have a great day and you're special. And then Jessica Brustad, who was the keynote speaker this year. She's funny, she's amazing, and she was very pregnant and looked very beautiful. Paula is an uplifting lady who is married to Morris Fucarino. She is at almost every dental convention that I'm at, and she's a lot of fun. She's a super person who will bring joy to any group, and she gives us a nice perspective from the outside looking into our profession. Then we are joined by the opening keynote speaker, Jessica Brustad. She used to be with the Argen Corporation, which is where we met her, but now she is following her passion as the funny yogi, which is a really awesome interview, and started her own podcast called the Woo Latte. She talks about the Argen days and what is she up to now. So join us in Florida. Here we go. Enjoy, guys.
Voices from the Bench. The interview.
So we're at the FDLA once again.
Heather says hello.
Heather? My girl? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Us girls stick together. So we are with Miss Paula Fucarino, who is the awesomeness wife of Mr. Morris Fucarino, who is the NBC chair right now. She's amazing. One of my girls. Girl power, girl power. So we'd like to know, so what is it like to be a spouse? So you're the best spouse ever. So do you like to come to these meetings? You go to the trade shows? I know you were in the lecture today, so you're just the best ever. So talk to us. Do you love it?
Yes, I do. It started 25 years ago when he was going to these meetings and I was dating him, and I really enjoyed meeting people because my background was sales. And then when the big highlight was when he joined the FDLA, and it was probably 2008 or 9, and then he became the FDLA president, and that made me the first lady.
Oh.
And
you'll always be my first lady.
And that was a beautiful time. I had the best year ever. I was like out there talking to everybody about the FDLA and being married to a dental tech, because I don't know if you knew the story, but I never knew that there was such a thing. I thought dentists made crowns. When I was 18, I had crowns put on, and the dentist told me that they would last forever, and they were really bigger than my normal teeth, and they were porcelain, and they wore down my bottom teeth. Oh. And Morris used to take me, before he redid my mouth, he used to take me to these meetings and go, please don't tell anybody I made your teeth. Aww. Because he wanted once we got it all taken care of, it took 8 years to get my teeth correct, where he was proud of what I looked like when I smiled. Not that he wasn't, but it's a big difference when you are in the dental field and your wife had some really bad crowns. And he
Is that why you married him, to get free dental work?
No, but it worked out well. It really. And if I was vain, I would have married a plastic surgeon. Yeah. But I really did not know dental techs existed. And I have to tell you, there are so many people. I work in an office with 84. I guarantee 60 of those people do not even know dental tech. They do not understand what Morris does. They keep saying, well, he's a dentist. No, he's not. He makes teeth. Yeah. No, you don't understand, Paula. Dentists make teeth. No, it's amazing the ignorance out there.
There's a lot of dentists out there that don't know that we exist.
But they don't give that art credit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that's something that's baffling.
I've known you a long time, and I think you have the most beautiful smile. I love that. Yeah. I never knew that.
Yes,
really
and it
wonderful.
was, and it took 8 years, braces and cutting my gums and a number of things, because I had such bad teeth when I was younger.
Good for you, because you're beautiful.
So
and
thank
I
you,
love you, and you're
thank
amazing.
you. And he works a lot. He works a lot.
I know.
And he's at the end of his career, and but he does work a lot, and he loves what he does. He told me that. The last time we came back from Fort Lauderdale, he said, I wish I could do this another 20 years. He goes, I can tell you after 48 years, I still love my job.
Wow.
You don't hear that.
No, you don't.
Yep.
You really don't hear that.
Most people are ready to get out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's particular, and he's got really good dentists, so he's been very, very blessed in that area.
Well, I feel like I've been very, very blessed since I've known you. I've known you about 5 years now. This woman is amazing. She's a power woman. She sends us all every morning how wonderful we are, and go for it on the day, and you're beautiful and you're wonderful, and
encourage her.
Encourage her.
How do I get on that list?
Give me your phone
there's
number.
like at least 10 of us on this
but
list.
It's just girls, really. It's mostly girls, because I think women need to lift each other up and empower and encourage, and that's something that even when I was in business, I always tried to do business with women first, because I think we get a bad rap sometimes. And I think that we're just a different animal, and we need that friendship and that love that we give to each other.
Well, you give it to me so many days that I need it, and I just want to say thank you.
And I want to tell everybody, Elvis and Barb rock. Elvis is a wonderful young man, and they do a great job promoting this industry.
Thank you.
And it really is it's pretty amazing when I sit and watch my husband speak, or when I meet people and what they do. It is just beautiful.
Thank you.
It's an art.
What do you do for a living?
Honestly, I work for an electric company about 45 minutes from my home.
45 minutes?
I've been there 16 years. I'll retire from there. I work in the line department.
So what is that? You're up on the pole?
No, I'm the secretary for the line department.
That's Elvis's Barbara, right?
That's
there.
A loaded question.
He just threw a Barbara hammer at you. Damn, man.
I thought you were up on the pole.
Depends on what kind of pole he's talking about. You and Morris, hey. We can edit anything out.
Okay. I was going, whoa, that's classic. Yeah, and that's what I did. I've done that 16 years. I own my own sign shop, and I worked in the beer industry, and that's when I met Morris.
People in the electric company industry, is it anything like the dental lab? Or are they as open as we are? Do they share information as much as we do?
No.
I love to hear comparisons.
No, the electric business is completely different. They're unsung heroes. These linemen that go out in every night and day, and in the snow and in the rain and in the heat in Florida.
Yeah.
It's excruciating. People go, they get paid a lot of money, but they risk their lives every day.
Wow.
We've lost linemen due to up in the air in the bucket.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
it's a different animal altogether. I think it's a more serious profession on that end because they can risk their lives. I mean, they can risk their lives.
It's crazy.
Is it unionized?
No.
Wow.
Not many in Florida are.
Oh, okay.
I know up north most of them are, but
Sure.
not many co-ops in Florida are.
Interesting. Interesting. Do they have a lineman convention?
They do have yes, they do. Not a
Florida?
lineman,
I'm sure they
not
do.
a
They have
lineman. They have a
convention for
national
everything.
one held in
Oh,
Missouri,
that's cool.
Yeah.
and it's for electric co-ops.
Do you go?
No.
I was going to ask if you dragged Morris to that.
No, you're a big. He used to go to my Miller conventions, but he never went.
Hell yeah.
He never went
I'd
to
like
these
to go to your
things.
Miller conventions. That
You'd
would
be a
fun.
standout, girl. You'd be a standout. They'd be going, "Who's the 25-year-old over there?"
Aw, thanks. She's so
Yeah,
sweet.
they were good, but no, that's for upper management type
Sure.
of people. So,
yeah.
Awesome.
it's really good. Oh, he's not taking our picture.
Yeah,
No,
he
he's
is.
not. Okay, yeah,
He likes me.
I'm totally underdressed.
I'm going to buy you would you like a drink later?
Later. Come
Okay.
on.
Are you sure?
Make sure I get a copy of that with my husband.
You will.
But-
It will be in Focus magazine, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will be. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't get Barbara in trouble. There's no wine there. She's working.
Oh, that's Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Grape
it's
juice.
Kool-Aid.
Grape juice.
So you're coming to the
Cranberries.
event tonight?
Yes, we'll be there tonight, and then I'll be at the pool tomorrow.
They're moving it indoors this
Why?
year because it's supposed to rain.
Oh,
they made the announcement.
it's going to pour.
Yeah.
They've got a lot
Where
of
are they
rain coming
putting
down.
it?
It's down at the atrium.
Okay.
That's
I'll be
where.
there.
Crystal Ballroom.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it says an arrow that way, so
Yeah.
Affordable Dentures is sponsoring it.
I'm going to just follow the crowd.
It's too bad because it's always a great
Outside
event.
is very
I
nice.
know. I was looking forward to
FDLA
it.
does it up, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying, they have a great event. They always have everybody goes, they hang out, you listen to live music, you talk,
Yeah,
you
it is a
network,
great Friday
and
night's
then,
fun night.
Yeah, and then tomorrow they have lectures all day. So thank you for
Thank
joining
you
Yes.
very much,
You're
and it was
amazing.
great
We
seeing
love
you.
your husband, and we
I
love you more.
so much.
Just
okay,
saying.
I love you, baby girl.
Thank
Okay,
you so
signing
much.
off. Thank you.
Bye.
Sex. That's my least favorite topic. Actually, it's my
Let's
most
talk
favorite
about
topic.
sex,
Baby,
let's talk about you and
me. Let's talk about
all the
Obviously, we've had sex because we're 8.5 months pregnant, and you're beautiful. Just saying, Jessica.
I commend you for being on stage.
Yeah,
that pregnant.
I love it.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
I know you said you were nervous about it.
I was slightly nervous, more nervous for the plane ride, actually. It was
Oh.
a 6-hour plane ride from Seattle.
Because of the whatever they say about the pressure and being pregnant.
Well,
yes.
yeah, I mean, your legs and the swelling, and then you should see the flight attendants when I come on board. They're like, "Ooh, okay,
Damn, how
hi.
pregnant are you?
Thanks for coming on my flight."
Did they put you right in first class?
No, they don't. I was in
No.
the back of the bus, man. I was
Oh,
like, but I was by the
terrible.
bathroom, so I was grateful.
That is good. That is good.
Yes, that's a plus because you're coming from Seattle.
Seattle.
Which is a long way away, so you probably had to connect and then drop down.
It
10
was-
hours later, you're here.
It was a big trip, yes.
Yeah.
Here for 2 days to speak, and then we're flying out actually right now after this.
Yeah.
So
Well,
gotta
let's
get back before baby comes out.
let's take a quick minute and talk about who you are.
Yeah,
we haven't even
let's
introduced
start over.
you.
We have lots to work on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So Jessica Brustad.
Brustad.
He
Brustad.
sucks at that. I just
I
want to
do.
let you know. So
We're
we are
friends.
with Jessica Brustad.
Well, I actually talked about you on an episode a couple
know,
because
I
I
know.
announced everybody, and
Yeah.
I'm sure I screwed it up.
Oh, that's hilarious. I was going to say, I'm like, I actually know Elvis. You're like one of my personal friends. I love that you don't know my last name.
Well, you know what? Don't take it personally because he doesn't know anybody's last name.
I only know
He
yours
figured
because
out.
it rhymes.
With Trojan.
There you
so
go.
that's why he knows mine.
Oh, I thought we didn't like to talk about sex.
Oh, no. So lovely Miss Jessica is here at the FDLA. We're here live. She's our first interviewee, and we're so happy. She was a keynote this morning, correct?
Yes, yes.
Started off the meeting amazingly. And,
I showed up about with 20 minutes left.
Oh, thank you.
I caught the last 20 minutes. I ran right in there,
you.
luggage and all.
Aw.
I'm sorry that I couldn't get here earlier. But I know you have an interesting story. You were in the dental industry field
Yes.
at Argen.
Yes, for a little over 5 years.
5 years. I met you because I bought 3Shape from you.
You did.
That's how it all started.
I sold you. Let's
Yes.
say that. I
Okay,
sold
you
you
did.
on it.
Yes.
I bet you did. You roped his ass right in.
I did.
I went in
did.
for 1 and ended up with 6. I don't know
Right?
how that happened.
Good for
I mean,
you.
I'm
That's
an
my
amazing
lucky
saleswoman.
number. Well, good for you guys.
So what's odd is you've left.
Yes.
You've done your own. You're doing your own thing now.
Yes.
But yet here you are back talking to us crazy people.
I just can't get out of the dental field. I don't
No,
know why.
I
You
can
know,
imagine.
once you get in, you're just sucked in. It is a family here. It's very incestuous, I have to say, too. In a good
Don't
way.
disagree.
In a good way.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't come from dental, so when I moved to Argen 6 years ago, that was a weird change because I came from the music and sports entertainment and
Yep.
technology,
Okay.
and I never thought I would stay longer than 12 months at Argen. That was the plan
Really?
with Julie Wolf, the wife of our CEO Anton.
Yep.
The plan was she was like, "Hey, come digitalize the dental industry for 12 to 18 months. How about that?" I was like, "Okay." Like I can do that.
Yeah.
5.5 years later,
Yeah.
I'm
Really?
finally, yeah.
Wow.
Longest job I've ever had. I am one of those millennial, like 18 months to 2 years
And
at a
you keep
company,
moving
and then I
and
keep
keep
moving.
rolling?
Yeah. So I was shocked how long that I stayed, but I really enjoyed my time there. I loved what I did. I loved my
Sure.
clients.
Yes.
You know. And so then on the side, I've always been a stand-up and improv comedian as well as a yoga instructor.
Oh,
so
nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So my
Sweet.
little, my name is the Funny Yogi.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I got into actually teaching laughter yoga. So when I found those, I was like, oh man, this is like my jam. Like,
So
this
how
is
did
exactly
you?
what
how
I do.
did you discover that, or did you just?
I discovered
invent
it. No, I was walking in Balboa Park, which is a big park in San Diego, and there was a club of people laughing. And I was like, what is this?
What the
Like,
hell
I
are
do
they
comedy.
doing?
Who are these people just laughing in a park by a tree?
Did
No
it smell
kidding.
over there of
It
some sort
didn't.
of
Smoking?
Yeah,
It
no.
didn't. It was actually lovely. And so I
Yeah.
asked the guy, I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, this is laughter yoga. And I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
And basically, I talked a little bit about it today in my speech, is that we really
That's
help
really
people
cool.
practice positive emotions
Yep.
so they can build emotional resiliency around any changes, challenges, or stressors that come your way.
Love
So it's really
that.
like, like we work out our muscles and we work out our brains by
Yep.
studying and doing books, but we never work out our emotions. We always kind of fall victim to our emotions,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Once I feel something, woo, I feel whatever it is, but I haven't practiced positivity. I haven't practiced joy. I haven't practiced love. And so that's kind of what laughter yoga is all about.
Wow, that's so cool. I want to go.
You want to go?
Yes, because I'm totally on that. I'm totally on that road. So I love
Yeah.
that.
So when are
That's
you
so
going to bring
sweet.
that into our industry? When are you going to hold
That's not a
laughing
bad idea.
groups at some of these conferences? Because some of these people look like they need a good laugh.
Yeah. Well, this morning I have to say it was a rough time slot. I normally do my speeches.
8:30?
Yeah, 8:30.
Whew.
Florida time, mind you. I came in from
Yeah,
Seattle,
you're
but
over there.
that's 5:30 a.m. my
Uh-huh.
time. But everybody was very tired, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna get this crowd up.
Yep.
But with laughter yoga, I just totally blanked on your question. I'm 8.5 months pregnant. Okay.
I blank on
I
him all. I
am
beep on him all the time. Bleep.
Pregnancy lane. What was your? When am I going to bring it to this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Back. I'm back. I am back.
Welcome.
I did host laughter yoga sessions at Argen, actually. So part of our
That's so
corporate
cool.
wellness program, we would do 15-minute laughter breaks.
Really?
I love
Yeah. So Argen gives their employees twice a day 2 15-minute breaks. I think California law is like 2 10-minute breaks, but they make it
we
15.
do the same thing. Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And so we would do laughter yoga breaks with people who wanted to try it. And we would just go out into the parking lot because laughter yoga, a big thing is being outside. Normally it's being in a park because it's the only way to really advertise this practice.
Hell yeah.
It's like, hey, what are those random people doing? Why
Yeah,
are they
yeah,
laughing
yeah.
in a parking lot? And then we would just laugh, and then people would have great experiences afterwards and say, that was like better than going and getting a cup of coffee or doing whatever. They had more energy afterwards.
Yeah.
So I have brought it to the dental industry, but just at Argen.
So
I would love to bring it here.
all of Argen was out in the parking lot?
No, not all of Argen.
Okay.
I know. I'd be like, no.
I would
I'd be like, just this many.
I would love to make it mandatory. I'm
Yeah.
like, everybody.
So
Break!
did you get Donnie out there, or Anton, or Marlon, or any of those
Well,
guys?
unfortunately, Mr. Bridges is remote. He's always out in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Tupelo, Mississippi.
That's my Mississippi for you.
Yes, he told me he's very fond of you yesterday. I was like, I get it. She's amazing.
He's my ex-work husband.
I know. That's what he said. Did he tell you? Did he say that on stage
He introduced
today?
me today that way.
He said he was going to.
This was the best part of his introduction. So he had to introduce me today. You missed it because you were there at the end. They gave him my bio, right? Like I have to hand in a bio, and so they have to read it.
Right.
He's reading it like so monotone that I'm like, okay, stop, just stop. He's just like, Jessica Brustad is an improv comedian and a stand-up comedian, and she also teaches yoga. Yeah, I was like,
you're like, let's infuse. Go ahead.
Totally not Donnie Bridges because he's Mr. Personality.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great speaker. He's Mr. Personality. I'm like, what's going on? So once he gets done with the canned script, then he does his own, ad lib of talking about, she's my ex-work wife, and then it's great. And I'm like, okay, why did you even read the script?
He's like, they made me.
Yeah.
He told me that yesterday. He was going to introduce you that way. I said, you go. It's awesome. Everybody's got to have a partner in crime.
Yeah.
So. And your fiance was in the audience.
And my actual future husband was there in the audience listening to that.
What did he have to say about that?
Oh, he just loved Mr. Bridges.
Yeah,
He'd never met him. He's like, I've heard your voice on the phone over the last 5 years, and I've never had the man to the voice.
That's
so
cool.
I mean, Donnie and I are always like talking and Snapchatting, and we're like a bunch of little millennial 13-year-old girls together.
Man,
That's what Donnie Bridges and Jessica Brustad like to do.
I will now remember Donnie as a 13-year-old millennial girl from now on. That is wonderful.
I knew that immediately.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're doing now. So what's going on?
So
I know actually you're going to have a baby, but
Yes.
aside from that.
My doctor's making me go on maternity leave a week after I get back.
Good.
So I was very lucky to be able to get this final speech in. But basically, I left Argen in the fall of last year to pursue the Funny Yogi full time and do more motivational speaking. So still teaching my classes and workshops and working with different corporations up in the Seattle area now because that's where I relocated to from my baby daddy.
That's so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Oh my
it is.
God.
But everybody's like, why did you leave San Diego for Seattle? But it's fantastic.
Seattle's amazing.
And so I started speaking a lot more in a lot of different industries. It started through Argen and Dental when I would speak at trade shows like Lab Day, Chicago, and Lab Day West, Lab Day
Visions
East.
21 when I first met you.
Yeah.
In person.
It started through that, and then from that I branched into other industries. So I've been speaking at realtor conventions and Teachers Association conventions and a cafeteria association thing that was
What's
in
the
New
oddest
York.
one?
Probably the cafeteria one.
That's
I
weird.
was like, I'm going to talk to a bunch of cafeteria ladies. And it just made
Really?
me think of Adam Sandler in SNL when he was the cafeteria.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
See,
Were they all
everybody
like
needs that. Everybody needs that feel good and comedy and just the whole fusion of happiness. We should have something that says we're live.
I know.
So.
I mean, come on, stop
Unfortunately.
bothering us. Stop asking about your podcast.
Yes. We just had a visitor that
Let's
was
move this curtain
Googling
to the
her
front.
'cause she's beautiful, and he wanted to talk to her. So hold on. That's what happens when you're live. That's the most fun about being live is that you get all kinds of people and they want to come over and chat.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
No, it's
So good for you. Congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy for you guys.
Yeah, we're really excited. So we're 2 freelancers. That's the scary part. You know what's funny is a week after I quit Argen to pursue this full time, we found out we were pregnant. And I was like, maybe I need health insurance. Maybe I need to go back to my full-time job.
Yeah, that's a
That
little
is
bit of
scary.
life changing pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So good for you. But he seems just really a kind soul and chillin'. So
He
he's
is.
probably the balance.
He's the yin to my yang,
Yes,
for sure.
exactly.
For sure.
You got to have that.
Yeah, and actually, what's funny enough, he's a professional audio engineer. So
There you
I'm
go.
like looking at all your little sound. I don't even know what they're
Yes,
called on your
Elvis is
computer.
the genius behind this. He's the one that handles all of this, and I just
All
show
the
up.
tech?
And be
Well, you're the
happy.
talent.
Yes,
You're the
yes,
beauty and the
thanks.
talent.
Aw, thanks.
There you go.
He's
a
the
cute one that just sits
engineer.
there.
He's the mind.
Yeah. So it's been really good, and I actually also have a podcast.
Yes, you do.
But I've just started. I am nowhere near the
I
level
checked
of
it
you
out.
guys.
What's it called?
It's called the Woo Latte.
I
The
love
Woo
that.
Latte.
It is for female entrepreneurs. So basically, a good friend and I, she also started this trajectory last year, starting her own business. And we kind of would get together every Friday. We call it Freelancer Friday. And that was kind of going to be our accountability. We're like, hey, once a week on Fridays, we're going to get together 9 to 5, put a full work day in. We don't work together, but just co-working space, and we're going to do it.
Yep.
Well, we realized we're both very type A women that don't need that accountability buddy.
Yeah.
So we would actually work so hard during the week. And when you are your own boss, you work 7 days a week,
Yep.
24 hours a day.
Yep.
I never realized that until I wasn't working in a 9 to 5. I miss you, Argen. I miss you.
Aw, that's cool.
So then on Fridays, we realized when we got together, it was more about catharsis. It
Yeah.
was more about just like, what are you going through? What are your wins? What were your losses?
Oh, I love that.
You know, what are
Yep.
the struggles you're finding being a female entrepreneur? And so I looked at her one day when we were talking, and we're like, we should have a podcast.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And you were part of my inspiration, Elvis, because
Oh,
I
my
knew that you had
gosh.
this. And I had never, ever, of all the, mediums I've been in, of doing stand-up, doing improv, and acting, and being on reality television shows, and all the stuff I've done, I've never wanted to do a podcast or even thought about it. But you,
Oh, geez.
like you said, you're your best advertiser. I would see it all
Yep.
the time. You're always talking about it. I would
Aw,
listen
that's
to it, and I'm
cool.
like, maybe we should do this. So
Yeah.
thank
Well,
you for the inspiration to both
congrats.
of you.
I bounced the idea off of you 2 years ago in Chicago. We went to
Yes.
that little hole-in-the-wall
Chinese
vegan
restaurant or
It was a vegan restaurant
Yes.
where we ordered way more food than 2 people should ever eat.
It was bigger than the table that we had. And
was-
we had like a 4-top table.
Yeah, and we covered it with vegan food
That's
and
cool.
just gorged.
Yes. And then we went to Second City
We
Improv
went
after
to-
that.
Yeah, you introduced me to my only improv.
Second
Yay.
City.
It was awesome.
That's awesome. That's Chicago, baby.
It was
Exactly.
fun.
Seriously.
It
That's
was
where
fun.
it started.
Every time I would go to Midwinter, I would make everybody. I'm like, we're going to Second City.
That is
Remember?
so cool.
Megan was there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Tad was there.
Yep.
A whole bunch of us went. Donnie, I think, was there.
Donnie was there, and Logan
Yep.
Loomer was there from Argen.
Yep.
It's so fun.
It was a
But
lot of fun.
that was when you brought it up, and
Yeah.
you were like thinking about doing
I don't
this.
even think I asked her yet. I think I asked you either the next day
I
or
didn't even know what a podcast was. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I've never
I said,
knew what
Barb,
they were.
Barb, will you
until
be on my
Elvis.
podcast? She goes, what's a podcast?
That's the truth. I'm like, and now here you have it. So good
It's
for you.
amazing.
Congratulations. We need that. We need that women's wins, losses, what's happening,
Yeah.
how you doing. I totally will listen. I love
Thank
that. And I love
you.
that you say wins because my coach has me. All right, what were your wins this week?
Yep.
How you doing? What are you struggling with? And
I think especially
everybody
as
needs
women,
that.
we don't focus on the wins.
know.
We don't praise our wins enough.
We're
We don't praise
always-
each other enough.
Yep.
We're all about, unfortunately, a lot of competition, and especially when you're a business owner, it's like
Yep.
you think everybody's your competition because I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make a dollar
True.
here. But the more we can collaborate,
I totally
you know,
agree.
living in a land of abundance instead of scarcity, that's what this podcast is all about. Like, let's learn from each other, and there doesn't need to be this competition between us as female business owners.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll put a link onto your podcast.
absolutely.
When we go live with
Ooh.
you.
Yeah, absolutely
So
we will.
congratulations. I love that. I will totally listen to that. 'cause I
I'll
love
show
that
you how to
women
listen to the
power
podcast
thing, you know that.
later.
Thanks. That's actually pretty funny.
That was we talked about that in our
That
first
was a
episode.
dig, ladies and gentlemen. That was Elvis telling me I'm a dumb.
Wait,
once
did-
again.
Elvis, were you just mansplaining
Yes,
her on what a
right.
podcast is? Sorry.
That's all right. I own it. He's right. I probably could use a little help there. And as he's explaining it to me, he'll explain it to everybody else, so we'll get more listeners.
There you go.
There
you have it.
There you go.
Look at that positivity. Look how she just yes-anded you and just
Yes,
like
and.
she totally supported. And
That's
she made her
awesome.
partner look good.
Thank
Aw,
you.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
need that.
Those are
I
the rules
love
of
him.
improv.
I
He's a
need
pain
that.
in my ass. He's the rule cruncher, and I'm the one that.
Yeah,
like
you
I
guys
said, I
have a
show up
designated
and
time
hang out.
every Friday to get together and record your podcast.
Yes.
We do.
I just bug her until she's available.
Yeah. What time? What are you doing? Bring your computer home. Remember to bring your computer home. I'm like, oh, okay.
Sometimes it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My favorite Sunday, 8 o'clock at night, and it has to be out at 6
after
o'clock.
baseball.
And it has
Oh.
to-
baseball
And
all
when the
day.
episode comes out at 6 a.m. on Monday. That's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not up all night.
No.
No.
But you guys
I love
actually,
you too.
you edit and you do a lot.
Yes.
You like music and
Yes.
you're very high tech.
Yes.
Mine is completely unedited. There is no music, no intro. It's just two ladies just
Chatting.
chatting.
I'm
It's
thinking
like
about
coffee talk, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking about releasing an unedited Barb version. To
Oh my
see
gosh,
if
you
it-
should.
I don't think so. Yes. No.
Yes.
No. I don't think anybody's ready for
Or
that.
like a whole
including
thing
me.
of like a whole thing of like Barb outtakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's do
I have
that.
hours of
I would be
content.
talking about. Make sure you edit that out, Elvis.
Oh, please
Even though
don't.
we're live.
Please don't.
Yep. Everybody knows that. Barbara, and.
You know, I'm going
Yeah.
to listen to more episodes now. Because now that I've hung out with you, Barb.
Yeah.
Just
I
a
don't
woman
hold
after my own
back.
heart. Oh my gosh, my baby can't take
Better
this right
edit
now.
this out. Just say it. Bleep, 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 bleep. So, well, thank you for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you so much.
We
And
appreciate it
Thank
so
you for-
much.
Off to the West Coast you were going, huh?
Off to the
That's
West
a
Coast
long,
we go. It's like 6.5 hours on
Oh,
the way
yeah,
back, but
it's
it's
big
direct
time.
this
It's
way,
long.
so
Oh,
we're
really?
good on the way back.
What are you on?
I'm on Alaska.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's
Orlando
direct.
to
And you
Seattle.
lose, and you lose 3 hours or gain 3
We're
hours.
gonna gain 3 hours on the
Yeah,
way
that's
back.
why I love going out
So-
west.
Yeah.
I just came back from Oregon about 3 weeks ago, and I just
What do
love
they?
it out
I
west.
heard that
It's so pretty.
east is a beast and west is the best.
Yes.
That is completely true.
Yeah.
That's why
it
here
is.
I actually flew in 2 nights ago because I was like, okay, I'm speaking at 8:30 in the morning,
You gotta get
Florida
used to
time.
it, yeah.
So we flew in
Good
2
for
nights in
you.
advance.
So
yeah.
did you chill by the pool, even though you were pregnant? Did
I-
you chill or just chill?
Was not able to chill by the pool. We chilled inside because we're Seattleites. It's hot and humid as hell here for us. We went outside and we're like, no, back in the hotel immediately.
Yeah, I'm the same
I'm
way.
out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go to
We
the
were
bar.
in Fort
Well, you can't go to the
Lauderdale
bar,
2 weeks
but-
ago, and I tried to run, and
No.
I can't do
did
it.
West,
run. You
West
didn't
is
try to
best,
run.
all
You
right? We don't
ran.
have humidity on the West
I
Coast,
know,
so I will
you don't.
claim that.
And your hair looks so good. Every time I go out west, I'm like, psh. I'm like, this is beautiful. I don't even need a hair dryer. I love out
See?
west.
Yes.
I would move out there in a heartbeat. I really would.
Yes.
I'm
Nice.
jealous. Love
It's
it.
lovely. But I love coming to Florida all the time. And I'm
And
gonna be
you said you have 3 more engagements after
Yes.
you have your baby.
Yes, after baby, I'll be back in Florida 3 more times.
Yep.
Twice more to Orlando, and then once to Key Biscayne. It's like a small island
Oh,
off
man.
of Miami.
The Keys, you got to stay there
Yeah.
for at least 3 days.
We are. We're
Yeah, good
extending
call.
that.
Yeah, you got to.
And I am bringing my boo again because someone's got to watch baby when Mama brings home the bacon.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yes, thank you.
Are you speaking to
I-
dental or no?
No, so I'm speaking again with a Realtors Association, and then I'm speaking with just like an association management type of company.
Yeah.
And then actually, no, the one at Key Biscayne is in dental. It's the Pankey Institute.
Oh my
good for
gosh!
you.
Wow,
Yeah.
Sweet.
that's huge.
So it's I can't
Oh, I
get.
got to give you my email. You need to let me know when you're in Florida. I'll come
Oh.
see. I would love to go to the Keys.
Yeah, I don't
And
really
the
know much
Pankey
about the
Institute
Pankey
is
Institute.
just huge and amazing.
Fantastic.
Dentists. Dentists
I'm
need
the,
more
I'm the closing
comedy.
keynote, so I guess I
Yeah,
should
that's
learn
a
more.
big
We should
deal.
talk.
That's
yeah,
cool.
it'd be
Good for
wise if you knew who you were talking
The,
to.
yeah,
Who's
the
paying
Pankey
you to come
Institute,
speak?
that's like Dawson, Hornbrook, Pankey. They're all kind of in the same.
Any of those names
Yeah.
mean anything?
No.
No,
All right,
nice.
sorry.
I was looking at me. He's like, she has
Well-
no idea what you're talking about.
I'll give you the ropes because
Yeah.
you're gonna love them. They're great.
I'm excited. I'm
Seriously,
really
good for you.
excited.
When
so
is that?
Cool.
That's in late September, I want to
Oh,
say.
nice.
Yeah, and so baby girl will be
Oh,
fine
you're
to be
having
on
a
her
girl.
own.
Yep.
Having a little
Congratulations.
girl.
Her name is.
Oh, you keep trying to get the name.
Not ask her. That's wait until it comes out. And
Exactly.
Here you have it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
honor
like
my fiance's wishes. He wants a
Good.
surprise when
I love
she
that.
comes out. So
That's
next
awesome.
month you will know her name.
Sweet.
Elvis. Elvi.
Yeah, it's nice.
What's,
Elvi.
what's the female
L-
version
L-
of Elvis?
Elvi.
Just kidding. I don't know, actually.
Need to hang out with you. I need to hang out with
Wait
you.
until you can drink again. It's
I
better.
know. Oh,
Yes.
I'm like, yes, queen. Can we
Exactly.
please-
I haven't had anything to drink today. If I
one-
had, though, we'd be in more fun. So
One more
just
month,
saying.
and I can join you.
Okay.
I'm gonna totally pump and dump. That's
I did
gonna
too.
Oh, for
a
sure.
year. Good for you.
My
That's
friend
great.
gave me on my baby shower these little strips or like
Yep.
little litmus tests, and you can test your breast milk if it's
Yes,
too much
I
alcohol in
know.
it or not.
And you just go.
That's a
See
thing.
ya.
Yes, it's what it's called pump and
Yes,
dump.
I did
so you
that for a
pump,
year.
You do the
Yep.
test, and if it's too much alcohol, you dump it. You can't
Yeah.
feed it to the
Well,
baby.
how long does that process until you get the alcohol out.
Well,
No, so you have to. It's timing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
okay.
You can drink. Actually, I heard the best thing to do is drink while you're nursing because it takes a few hours for
Yeah,
the milk
and
to be
then
produced
pump it.
from what happened and then
Oh.
pump it and dump it. So I was out with my girlfriend. She's literally drinking a glass of Prosecco while she has her baby on her boob.
Yes,
And
that's
You can also
awesome.
rest the drink on the baby's head.
I mean, there's so many benefits. There's so many benefits of it.
This is good. This is the greatest
And you
dental
know what? That
laboratory
is so
podcast
brilliant
material
because I did that
ever.
as well. You have to time it all just right, and you get
Yeah.
rid of it, and you can do both, which is
Exactly.
awesome because I nursed and it's amazing. So good for you.
The future is female Elvis. We can do whatever. We can drink
I have
and
that
feed
on
our
my
babies
desk.
too.
My mom bought me it, and it says the future is female, and that's on my desk at work.
My
And
fiance
I'm
got
like,
me a maternity shirt. The future is
Yeah,
female. When we
that's
found out
so
we were having
cool.
a girl, I was
Nice.
like, yeah.
He's in big trouble, mister. Just saying. Way too much girl power. Sorry, Elvis,
Hey,
but
go for it.
you know how we roll. So.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you. I know
Thank
you got to catch a
you.
flight. So
Yes, I do.
It was great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me
I
on
hope we
the
get to.
air.
Yeah, I
God
hope we see you
bless.
again.
Good luck. Give me your email. I want to keep in touch.
Yes, I will.
That's what I
Thank
love
you.
about this podcast is that we get to meet so many amazing people in our
And Barb
industry.
gets
and
friends.
I do. I do. Anytime I meet a woman that's powerful, I love it.
Oh, because I can
So-
tell she has a really hard time making
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can tell she needs the podcast to have an
Yeah.
excuse to make friends and
Yeah.
be social.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
that's true.
Yeah, this has been fantastic,
Yeah,
and
thank
I
you.
really enjoyed my
Awesome.
time at the FDLA. I'm so grateful to them to offering or asking me to be the opening keynote.
Yeah.
And it was a great time with you guys.
And I hope to see
Super.
you at other dental laboratory conventions in the future.
Oh, you will. We'll be laughing together.
I know you
Nice.
will, and I'm going to be in your class, ladies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just saying.
As long as it's
I'm
not
there.
8:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't even get you here at 3.
I'm going to do this again.
Ooh.
Saying.
That's all
For
good.
those of you that can't see me, I'm flicking him off. So.
The double bird.
The double bird.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
All right.
All
Well,
right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. We can't thank enough both Paula and Jessica for sitting down with us at the FDLA. I look forward to every meeting that Morris goes to in hopes that Paula will also be there. If you see her, introduce yourself. You'll be a better person for it. And Jessica, while we lost you in our industry, we gained you as an inspiration. At the time of this recording, she was super, super, super pregnant.
And hilarious.
But June, baby Inga,
Aww.
has joined us in her family. I am kind of sorry that she did not choose the name Elvira. I was
Oh,
kind of
God.
hoping that she would.
Stop yourself.
But be sure to check out this episode show notes for a link to listen to her podcast, The Woo Latte. And remember, get a shirt before they're gone and donate to either Barb Wojin or Team Voices from the Bench and support the education in our industry. Barb, can you believe it?
No.
We are now officially done with interviews we got at conventions. We have been releasing these since the beginning of April.
Yep.
We were at LMT Lab Day Chicago, the DLAT, the FDLA, and next week we are finally back to the more in-depth remote interviews that we started this whole podcast with.
Sweet.
We start off with a really good one. So come back to this quote-unquote locator next week. That's a hint.
I liked it. But don't worry, we are already lining up some great convention events this fall to record more of the great people in our industry. Elvis will be at the Whip Mix Digital Forum. I'll be at my 50th birthday party with Paula, Renata, and Heather and Rachel in Sonoma, California, and I will not be drinking any wine. And then we have the Lab Day East in October and the Eastern Conference of Dental Laboratories in November. So stay tuned. We're going back out on the road.
Awesome. Check us out on Facebook. Find our page. Give it a like. If you're listening to us on iTunes or your podcast app, make sure you drop us a rating. We would appreciate it. That's all we got, folks. We'll see you next week.
Have a great week.
Bye.
I'm holding.
Please stand by. Please stand by.